Hello, everybody. I'm back. I'm joined here today with Mike Drever, the founder and CEO of Branch Up. Mike, welcome back. It's really a pleasure to have you back here.
Thanks, Dan. Always a pleasure talking to you and your audience and this great industry we're in.
Yeah, so I know we've spoken a couple times before. We've talked about social media in general. I'm really excited today to sort of zone in on one platform in particular, and that's Instagram. I know Instagram is a powerful platform for marketers across the world, across the global economy. It seems to be particularly powerful for travel. I'm curious from your point of view, what place does Instagram have in an advisor's marketing plan?
I guess if you go to 30,000 feet, at least from my perspective, and at Branch Up, it's really all about circle of influence, your network. How big are your databases? When I first saw Facebook back in 2005, I went, oh my gosh, everybody's going to be building databases and they're not going to be thinking of it as databases. I mean, prior to that, if you were effective, you were doing direct mail. How many addresses did you have that you're sending direct mail to? In the early 90s, we saw this thing come and called internet and email. So it was like, how many email addresses can you accumulate? Well, direct mail still works, especially for past customers. Email is extremely effective still. And then social media, Facebook is, well, how many fans do you have? That's a database. How many email addresses do you have? How many direct mail addresses do you have? And you send different content to different databases. Because at the end of the day, you're segmenting people. When we saw this, started saying, wow, we got to start building technology for travel advisors to help get content to their various databases. So Instagram is one of those databases that targets, specific groups. You got your boomers, you got your Gen Zs, you got your millennials, you got your Gen X's, they're all different age groups and they're different. And each age group is using different types of social media. Like no point in sending my kids an email. They don't read email.
Yeah.
I want to get my kids, I send them a TikTok. So everybody's using different technology or communication tools, and you need to be in all of them in order to be communicating with your various different audiences. But the main thing is you want to be sending engaging content, whatever the medium is. And you want to build as large or build your circle of influence, which starts with just your circle of friends, and then you start adding. And, I've always kind of joked, whoever has the biggest database wins. So Instagram is, one of those databases. The technology works different than other social medias, and it's figuring out how to use that particular medium to distribute engaging, effective content to them.
Yeah, because I know Instagram, I know it's developed into something completely unique by itself, but when it came out, it was the image-based social media. It was all about photos, all about images, all about things you can see on your screen. You mentioned like the different demographics, Mike. I'm curious, do you have any idea or any experience from your role of Branch Up where you would be able to say that a certain generation is more likely to be on Instagram than a different generation? Or is it like you mentioned, is it all about sort of getting there and realizing what kind of consumer you can find there?
Instagram, basically, if you break down the different markets, Instagram, the primary generations that hits are millennials, Gen X's. So you're talking 28 to 40-year-olds and younger than that, into the Gen Zs, and TikTok, really took off with video. The whole basis of TikTok is video, and in Instagram now it's reels. It's basically the same concept, 60-second, very powerful, where Instagram started with just still photos. It's now moved to video, which are called reels, which creates a huge opportunity for hitting those people. Now, some of your customers you might reach via Facebook, and you want to reach them via Instagram. You can never say hello to a customer enough. The sales is to establish rapport and build rapport. It's like friendships. If you don't talk to a new friend, you're not going to make friends. You can talk to an old friend whenever, and you just pick up right from where you are, but you have that rapport in place. So And Reels is, or video is kind of a new cornerstone, and there's huge opportunities there for travel advisors. Now, again, you can do it yourself, which we encourage you to do. You can kind of take off the shelf, pre-packaged content that you can tag, or donut it's called, where you can kind of feature yourself, then feature a destination and feature yourself again. Call me about this destination. So there's things that you can do in Instagram that you can't do, say, on Facebook or LinkedIn or TikTok or whatever. So, and that's where we come in.
I'm curious. I mean, you mentioned sort of the circle of influence, saying hello to your customers on these platforms. What about actually making a purchase on these platforms? Like, are consumers comfortable doing that nowadays, or is it more of a networking tool? Is it more of a get to know you tool for travel advisors?
Well, again, that's another really great question. The customer doesn't really know where they are in the process. And what I mean by that is, you don't purchase on Instagram. You would leave Instagram elsewhere you could purchase. So the same with Facebook. Like, there would be a post. Now, Facebook allows you to post, and if you click on that post, you can leave Facebook and go to more content, which would maybe give the customer more information that they need. This is how the branch up system works on Facebook. And then from there, you can go into a booking engine. So that's all behind the scene. It's very seamless to the consumer. They don't know where they are, but you're kind of moving around. Instagram is a little bit different. It doesn't allow you to click and go to another page. So this is where you have to use it differently. Okay. So, and it's really more about saying hello to your customer or providing them, information that they need. So you can use it different ways. And, some of those ways for Reels is really showcasing destinations with music and video and more engaging. So you can maybe vacation mode with that video, which will make it more enticing for them to reach out and say, and call you and talk to you or text you or email you or whatever means they want to get a hold of you and phone you, travel tips. So, these are things that what we're doing is we're building content for our travel advisors that they can go pick the content, put their picture in front behind it to call me, content yourself or not. So we're working with organizations like ASTA and ACTA, CLIA, where they're out as, doing advocacy on our behalf. And, why use a travel advisor? So, we work with them to put together these clips that a travel advisor could just pick, add their, tag, and up it goes and out onto Instagram. And, try to engage that way. So that, it's quite simple when you understand how it all works, but it's very complex if you're trying to figure out 10 things at once.
Yeah. And like you mentioned, Reels seem to be a big point of expanding your circle of influence, I guess. Like, the algorithm on Reels seems to be pretty different than other platforms, so it's a good thing to keep in mind that, like you mentioned, Mike, you have to be everywhere. Like, you can't say hello to your customers enough. I don't want to say goodbye to you without asking about any other updates for Branch Up. I know a lot of our readers are using it. I'm just curious if anything new you want them to be aware of, or any messages you want me to pass along to my audience.
Well, sure. I mean, there are so many, new things coming. Obviously, we're constantly developing new programs, new tools, new things. But the main thing, what we're doing, and it kind of ties in the conversation that we're having with Instagram or these types of social media or network devices, whatever you want to call them. We're launching a premium program, a premium product. So as you know, everything we've ever done has been free: Facebook, LinkedIn, email, things along those lines. And with those mediums, they work for us because the suppliers would pay for the ads. With Instagram, it's different. We have got to create. So we've built a whole suite of tools. We've also, since 2018, when we launched, we've been listening to our various customers over the years where they asked for new functionality. I would love to be able to completely control how many posts I get. Okay, so we built all that technology out. We're going to make that available, but we are not going to be able to make it available for free. So we're launching where we have a free platform, like so many companies, free, premium, and for a small, be able to get more functionality. This would also give you access to the Instagram platform, all the real content, things along those lines. But again, this will all be laid out nice and clear. But as we continue to develop programs, we've got lots of other goodies. Obviously, AI is a very big piece of the puzzle going forward. So we've got a lot of things in development with AI. You can stay tuned for that. I won't let the cat out of the bag on that one just yet. But as we continue to develop, we're just, our job is to continue to build better tools to make travel advisors more successful in what they do. And at the end of the day, is generating leads. Our job is to make inbox ding, your phone ring, your chat, rooms, get content so you can talk to your customers, sell them the dream vacation they're looking for.
Well, Mike, it's really always enlightening to talk to you. And again, I appreciate the time, your insights, and I know a lot of my audience will be looking out for the premium launch too. So exciting to hear about that. But thanks so much for your time, and hopefully be able to do this again soon.
Thanks, Dan. Appreciate it. Always a pleasure. Have a great day.
All right, take care.
Bye-bye.